Welcome, everyone. It's another episode of the Hall of Fame show. I'm Kirk Buchner along with Evan Nolan, and we run this joint. It's not in halloffame.com, and this is where Evan and we just talk all things Hall of Fame related. How you doing, Evan?
Doing pretty well, man. How are you? This is twice in a week.
Twice in a week. Well,
It's like we're getting serious about this again.
I think, Evan, I think we're doing it the right way. Like we're waiting when there's really a lot of stuff to talk to. In the early days, we were giving each other tasks to do, like homework.
Hmm.
And since that time, my God, I think I'm on camera a lot. I know Winnie sometimes is on camera a lot, more than she should be. That's the Minnie Dashend, who's the official mascot of NotInHallOfFame.com. And depending on her behavior, we'll see if she makes an appearance tonight. And Soup is the official accountant. That's your dog.
Soup is upstairs, passed out on our bed. So,
Well, there's nothing for him to count right now, so we don't need him.
yeah, it's true. That is true. So,
So all good. Should we get right to the big Hall of Fame news of the week?
sure, absolutely.
Or of the last few days, rather. So the Basketball Hall of Fame has announced their finalists. They've done it a little bit different. Usually it's on the Friday when
Hmm.
All-Star weekend. For whatever reason, they announced it Wednesday. I don't
Yeah, they had a whole special about it. Was confusing because the order they announced stuff in didn't make any sense. They were all over the place.
well, a lot of things that they do don't make a lot of sense.
True.
Uh, the categories sometimes they're not making sense. Some of the two of the people here that we're going to talk about were in weird categories in itself,
Hmm.
but they were not necessarily, or they were in qualifying categories that aren't really explained as they've moved forward along the ballot.
Hmm.
Let's just get right to who are the finalists are. I've got this down alphabetical if that's okay.
Sure.
So I'll be going from category to category, and then after each one, we can just maybe rate their chances and give an honest opinion of whether we think they're going to get in or not. Or in some cases,
Hmm.
we may not say much at all. So the only team that's been nominated, it's a very good one. It's the '96 Atlanta Olympic team on the women's side.
Hmm.
They dominated. They won their games by an average of over 20 points per game. The people in question: Jennifer Otzi, Ruth Holton, Hollyfield or Colton Hollyfield. Sorry about that. Teresa Edwards, Venus Lacey, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Katrina McLean, Nikki McRae, Carla McGee, Dawn Staley, Katie Stedding, Cheryl Swoops, head coached by Tara Vanderveer. It's a
Hmm.
lot of big names in that group.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, if the teams tend to do pretty well on this thing.
Right.
Um, and it's hard to argue of the possible teams out there not having a 96 women's national team. With the way the rest of the hall works, it seems like an oversight at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I think I might have gone with the 36 Olympic team, the team that started it all on the men's side, because this is going to be a very female heavy hall, which is good. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen that before.
No, I mean, but looking at who we have, I'd agree with you. But I mean, again, the hall is losing money, so
Well,
having a 36 team isn't exactly bringing people down the doors. So
let's be blunt. Neither will Cheryl Swoops, as much as a big name as she is.
probably true. So.
Uh, it's women's basketball has become a lot more popular, but it's the current crop that are leading that way.
That's true, but if you can get some Yukon folks there, that's a short drive from Stores to Springfield. So
That is a very good point. So yeah, and again, we always say this: we don't know how they decide this. It's
they don't know, I don't think.
that's altogether possible. We've seen a finalist group of as low as five, which all five got in, by the way, on that
Yep.
particular year. I think that was Kobe's year, was it not?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I think it was Kobe, Garnett, Duncan, and two other people. But
Yeah, they cut Bosch because he was just a half step below.
well, Bosch wasn't a finalist though, so just to
No, my point is, but I understand Bosch wasn't a finalist, but he didn't make as a finalist because they just wanted those three.
right. So we think that they were sort of manipulating
Right. If
every
you have if you have Duncan, Kobe, and Garnett, why do you need Bosch on that class?
absolutely, and maybe that's sort of why one player didn't go through. Just
Yeah,
throw.
we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
For those who don't follow absolutely every episode, and why wouldn't you? We're on such a regular schedule. Um, but back in October, when we had a little bit of down period, Kirk and I picked who we thought would get into each individual Hall of Fame, and slowly been going through here. But he had picked, both of us picked two basketball players. You actually picked a third. And one we lost one of each of our picks. So I lost Detlef Schrempf, who didn't even make didn't even make the international list, which had like 100 and something people on it. And you lost Joe Johnson. Um,
Mhm.
if only because there is nobody
Well,
next year at all.
and as I was messaging you, like, my God, because like that was something we didn't prep for. We just said, hey, let's do this.
Yeah, we had absolutely no prep. Well, I gave a little bit of prep, but very little.
Okay. Well, I had none. And so
Mhm.
the dummy in me forgot the biggest lock of all of them in Candace Parker, who we're
Yeah,
gonna
Candace Parker, 100%. We both forgot the women's side altogether.
yeah, and there's two locks that we're gonna talk about for sure.
Yeah,
Higher than the male lock I don't even know that he's a lock, and that's Blake Griffin, but we'll get there.
yeah.
So here's someone who's nominated as a finalist twice.
Mhm.
Again, we don't know how many they're going to pick. They don't say it. They just do it.
Mhm.
And that's the aforementioned Jennifer Atzi. Uh,
Yep.
very good candidate.
Mhm.
College Player of the Year 1990, national championship with Stanford on gold medal team that we just talked about, two FIBA Worlds, and she's already in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Uh,
Mhm.
wasn't huge as a pro, but that's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't matter as much in the basketball hall.
No, no,
The international stuff more than makes up for it
absolutely.
with the way they do the basketball hall.
Yeah.
So
Saying that,
and she's still very involved in basketball. She's with the Aces, so their front office.
I do think this will be a difficult thing.
This is a tough group for her.
Yeah.
If there's one candidate on the women's side who I think is the most likely get left behind, it is Jennifer Atzi, and not because she's not deserving. It's just because this is a tough group to get in with.
Well, and the interesting one to me is the one continuing alphabetically. And I had to do a lot more research on her when I was doing my initial list of the prelims because
Mhm.
Basketball Hall of Fame didn't do the research. Well, they did, but they didn't tell us anything about him, so I
Mhm.
had to do it.
I'm coming to you from there live right now, as you can tell.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
coming from the basketball hall live right now,
I had
sitting
no
in
idea the
Springfield.
weather was that good.
Particularly at 9:20 at night Central Time, so 10:20 East Coast.
Remember in that Simpsons episode, it was unseasonably warm in Springfield that day when Ralph Wiggum fell in love with Lisa,
Mm.
which I
See
believe.
the exact moment his heart broke. So
Molly Bolin. Look at me getting us back on track.
nice.
She was a very big star in her bubble. So when they first were trying to do the pro basketball league in the late 70s, the women's professional basketball league that is, my understanding it's the first official pro basketball league in the States for women. She was
Hmm.
league all-star, co-MVP in 1980, and apparently a pinup because she was very pretty. So I guess, do I want to say the Angel Reese of her day?
Mm.
Eh.
I don't know. I think that puts additional connotations on it. So
Well, I mean, she did get a little bit more ahead, more attention because of her looks. That's kind of the only place I'll
fair,
there with that. So,
fair,
so I mean, it's sort of like, or maybe, how about this? It's more like they made Dottie Henson the face of the league in League of Their Own.
fine,
Yeah, because you're going to pick Gina Davis over Lori Petty.
fair.
But yeah, a very good basketball player in her own day. It'd be an interesting choice.
Well, she's also in a slightly different category because she is the Veterans Committee finalist. So I don't know if there's a whole different
We don't
path
know.
because again, we don't know exactly how this stuff works.
Yeah, what we can say is they used to have direct elects in a
They
lot of
did.
these categories. So in the veterans category, it was a direct elect. In the now defunct ABA category,
Hmm.
I think, did they have one? I think Black Pioneers.
They might have.
Yeah,
Whatever categories they had, Lita Andrews has still never gotten in. So
despite being a multi-time finalist.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's got to have the record. She's the chic of the Basketball Hall of Fame.
And referring to the band, not the professional wrestler of the Detroit
No,
Iron.
she's not the Iron Sheik.
I didn't say the Iron Sheik. I said the original Sheik.
I see. Okay.
All right. Another interesting one, Tal Brody. The if anyone, I encourage everyone to take a look every time they announce the prelim list. Just look at their international selection, and it is loaded with a lot of great talent that you probably never heard of because basketball is a global sport. Brody's an interesting case. He played his college ball at Illinois, good enough where they actually retired his number. I believe he was either 12th or 14th pick overall.
12th in the 65 draft.
12th and 65. Okay. But he fell in love with Israel. He played in the Maccabi games. Israel, specifically the club team, Maccabi Tel Aviv, asked him to stay, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he essentially put Maccabi Tel Aviv on the map and Israel on the map. And I use that word, that sentence, not lightly, because that was the quote that he did when he led his team to a big upset over CSKA Moscow for the Euro Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So
in 77.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a huge deal, and he literally said this puts us on the map, and not just in sports. So, for Israel basketball, and they're not terrible. A lot of people think, well, what do you mean Israel? They can't be that good. Well, they are.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of basketball, it's a top 6 or 7 leagues still in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So it was sort of interesting that you kind of have two players with an Israeli tie. Not that I'm trying to make any political statement here, because
it's interesting. That's all.
It is interesting. I don't know if it's coincidental or it means a damn thing, because we don't know who picks things.
We do not.
Although Sterling, maybe. No.
Donald Sterling?
Adam Silver. Oh, that's who I meant to
Silver.
say.
You said Sterling. I was
Sterling.
confused for a second.
Oh well, I rewatched Clipped again.
Yeah, there you go. So, Sterling Silver is a thing, but Silver and Sterling are two very different things.
Well, I also sort of like wanted. I've got a big. I was telling Evan before we went on. I've never been less interested in the NBA All-Star Weekend than this year, and a big part of that also has to do with the current Clippers owner, who's getting away with an awful lot. Ballmer.
Yep. Yeah, I have some words when we're done with this for another NBA person. So, all right. So we're not going. We're just going alphabetically overall, not by category.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
let's get to one of the more controversial people on here.
We'll just say it right out. Here's the worst candidate, like by far. Joey Crawford, referee.
He'll get in.
Okay, so I mean, if you want to have someone in the Hall of Fame who got suspended and got fined multiple times, he's your guy.
Hey, Joe West thinks he's a Hall of Famer in baseball. Why can't Joey Crawford be in basketball?
I'd rather induct Jamal Crawford.
At the rate they're going, they're going to probably get there.
I don't understand this. But if it happens, please, Tim Duncan be the person who actually inducts him. I want to see. This is just stupid.
They have a lot of referees I have to say the Basketball Hall of Fame has more referees and more officials than most.
Sure.
And Crawford is probably the most well-known who's not in at the moment. So,
he's not necessarily well known for a lot of good reasons.
He's no Nestor Shilak, it's certainly, but that's a major league umpire who's renowned for being the most fair man in the history of baseball. For those who don't follow umpires of the mid 20th century. So, but yeah, Joey Crawford is here as the only referee. I have a hard time believing he's not getting in, just looking at everything. So they were laughing about it when on the selection or the announcement show on ESPN when Crawford showed up. So
I hope they pay for his flight and then he downgrades it so that he can pocket the money. If you're wondering where I'm going with that, kids, Google it, because that's what he was first fined for.
Yeah.
He didn't actually, or suspended for, but he didn't actually have to serve anything because it was during a lockout. So his
Yeah,
penalty, nothing.
exactly right.
God damn
All
it.
right, our second contributor, right?
Uh, yeah, Mike did. Well, this is an interesting one to me here. Mike did.
Hmm. Yeah,
Not
particularly since he's a contributor and not on the other ones with the coaches. We have multiple coaches here.
well, yeah, because they listed him in the contributors section.
Hmm.
He could have easily been in the North America section when he was first listed as a prelim.
Yep.
So I consider him a coach because that's really what he is. If
Hmm.
looking at his overall 672 and 571 record, I think a lot of people would say, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't compare to any of the other coaches, in my opinion.
No. But
So,
he has done some great work. He is a former coach of the year. He is
mhm.
won 2 Olympic gold medals and he's won in Europe. So do I think he's a Hall of Famer? No, but I think his resume is a lot better than a lot of people's gut reaction towards him.
Yeah, probably true. I mean, his time with the Knicks probably colors a lot of people's opinions.
I guarantee it. And we're going to get to someone who is also a nominee, who is one of the least liked person on Not in Hall of Fame when we sort of do when people can vote on it.
Yeah,
We're going to get, well, you already know who that is, what that's going to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Here's the pretty much a lock on the women's side. Elena Donne.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want? 2-time All-American, WNBA champion, 4-time first team all WNBA, 7-time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist, and 2 MVPs.
Yeah, this is why it's hard for Atsy and Bolin to get in because
And she's
I
not even
mean,
a candidate.
yeah,
Female.
she's not even the top can on the women's side.
Yep.
Again, Atsy and Bolin, no problem with them being here. Just if they're going to take the women's Olympic team or they're fifth and sixth,
Mhm.
So,
Well, here's your guy. Not because you're a fan of Gonzaga, just because it's part of our little bet. Mark,
mhm,
and that was a great choice on your part. Great choice by the Hall here.
mhm.
Gonzaga was one of those cute little programs until he got there. Now they're a national power.
They were John Stockton and that's it. For Gonzaga before well, the previous guy before Few started it, but Few has made them into a national power as opposed to a feel-good story. And when I was looking at coaches in on the uh, on the NCAA ranks that weren't in, there was a very, very short list. Actually, there's only two others I considered, one of whom is also on this list we'll get to later. But Few taking Gonzaga and making them not only a college power, but he takes players who didn't necessarily you would think would be doing that great, and they're all throughout the NBA. There are what, 10, 12 Gonzaga players active in the NBA right now,
Yep.
and that's all Few. So
And he's still there.
he's still there, and at some point he's going to win a title. I don't know when, but it's going to come.
Likely. Oh, and Winnie has made an appearance. That's
There she is, Winnie the Pooch.
yes, Winnie the Mini Dachshund, who yes, was barking a lot today, weren't you? You scared away those buses, didn't you?
I mean, someone's got it.
Yeah. Well, then we go to the person I consider the biggest name on the men's side, and I don't know
Celtics legend.
what. Well, one of those words is right. I guess they're both right technically.
Yeah,
Well,
just
Blake
just
Griffin.
not necessarily together.
No, we have Blake Griffin, one of the most exciting players of his day, National Player of the Year, great rebounder, powerful dunks. It's funny, like we rip on the Clippers a lot and they deserve it,
Hmm.
but that combination with him and Chris Paul made that team must watch.
Yeah, great.
And it took
And
his arrival. Never happened until he got there.
yeah, just by the way, Blake Griffin is currently 297th in Celtics scoring, right ahead of Chris Carr and behind Gershon Yabusele. So
I was wondering where he was against Yavaseli. Thank you.
yeah, he's actually not even that. He's the number two Griffin in scoring in
Mhm.
Celtics history behind Adrian Griffin, who is number 176 between Marty Conlon and Ala Abdel Nabi. So
I love the way you know all this stuff.
I have a spreadsheet, man. I update it every single Celtics
I
game.
wasn't going to tell everyone that. I just thought people could.
I don't care. I have multiple spreadsheets I update all the time.
All right. Yeah.
So
Well,
it helps me sleep.
5-time All NBA player, could have been even more had he not blown out it with his
Yeah.
knee. I think it was his knee that he blew out.
Yeah, he lost his whole first season. He was rookie of the year the
Yeah.
year after he was drafted.
I think my favorite moment with him was well two. Uh, when he was at a press conference and Norm Macdonald asked him a question,
Mm.
which was so you won the rookie of the year last year, but no one's ever been able to win it twice. You think your chances are moving forward? And then Blake Griffin at the comedy roast. And then after that, it was a great audition. If you ever wonder why he's doing a bunch of commercials, because he killed at that roast.
He's actually a very good uh analyst. Like the show he's on, which I only ever I don't look for it. I see it randomly sometimes. That's a good show. Probably one of the best now that ESPN has ruined inside the NBA or ruined Charles Barkley and Ernie Johnson and stuff. But that's a really good show. And Griffin is one of the main reasons why.
Yeah, I think his chances are very, very good. I expect
Yeah.
him
I mean, he's just so much better than all the rest of these people. I'm sorry for the players
on the men's side.
on the men's side. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not even
or
close to me.
at least we're not saying that that Jennifer Otzi is going to beat Griffin one on one. We're just saying resume wise.
Yeah. Resume comparatively to each other.
I
So
just need the comment. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get it. Don't worry about the people who are going to put stuff in the comments afterwards. So
I like it when people put stuff in the comments.
I do too. So next up, back to ladies' side, Shamika Holdsclaw, excuse me.
Yeah, I keep saying it too fast and going coleslaw, which I'm
I
sure
can't believe I said that. Holdsclaw. I don't think I've ever screwed up that belly. But anyway,
Oh, good.
another easy one.
I think so. I think she's easily the number 3 on the
Yeah.
women's side. Uh, College Player of the Year, champion of Tennessee. But unlike Otzi, she did very, very well in the WNBA. 6 All-Star games, 2 rebounding titles, a scoring title, R80 in a hall with the women's hall. I think this is,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a lock, but if they go 3, she's the 3rd.
Agreed.
Yeah. Here's another interesting one, and also interesting because of how they initially listed him.
Mhm.
Son Ivkovic.
Yeah.
He was originally listed as a player in the international section.
Interesting.
Yeah, which he was a player, but long story short, he's here because he's of his great run as a coach.
Yeah.
Already in the FIBA Hall of Fame. Uh, gold medals for Yugoslavia, later Serbia, 3 Eurobasket gold medals, a FIBA gold medal. It's another great candidate on
Yeah.
the side. Oh,
So he's in the Greek Hall of Fame. He was two-time Greek League Coach of the Year, Russian League Coach of the Year, Euro League Coach of the Year, 2 EuroLeague championships, won the EuroLeague Triple Crown, Yugoslav League champion, Turkish Cup winner. Like there's internationally, he's not someone who gets well known over here, but internationally, there's just
he's a
not
Mount
anything he
Rushmore of
hasn't
that.
won.
Yeah. I forgot to mention, it's like another one of those weird anomalies. So Ivkovic is the only international one who went forward. Brody actually was not in the international section. He was in the contributor section for whatever reason.
I swear that the Basketball Hall of Fame makes the Rock Hall look organized.
The two-headed monster of huh?
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Brothers Johnson.
Yeah. Kevin Johnson. I mean, they wait. They paying penance. He's been a finalist before.
Mm-hmm.
Another really good one here. 4-time second team All NBA, 3rd team, 3 All Stars. I believe his numbers retired with the Suns. If not, he's recognized somehow.
It is. His number is retired by the Suns and the California Golden Bears.
Okay, yeah. So certainly worthy of that. And then I never know how to pronounce that, whether it's just Marquez or Marks Johnson. I think it's
Marquez. I think it's Marquez.
I think so. He just got moved from the last year. He was in the North American section, got moved to the veteran section,
Mm-hmm.
or the veterans category. Another really good one. College Player of the Year.
Number 8 retired by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. Championship at UCLA. Averaged 20.1 points a game. I mean, it's a great resume.
5-time NBA All-Star, 1-time first team, 2-time second team, NBA Comeback Player of the Year, all rookie team. Like again, an all-around schedule of all-around resume. A little surprised that he isn't in based off of the way things happen, but he's one of those people they could go either way to me on whether he gets in or not.
The recency bias is definitely strong on this one, if you want to call it that. He's I'm guessing from the research I did do, I didn't look at the ages of everybody, but in terms of when they were relevant in basketball,
Hmm.
most recent.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
some of the people who've been pushing hard on the site of Max Zlovsky
yeah,
and check his resume out. You'd be blown away why he's not in. Just one of those guys who just fell in the cracks. Uh, but yeah, there's some believe it or not, there's some guys in the 50s who really could ball and they're not here and they're not even going to sniff this.
yeah.
Okay, so you talked about high school earlier. We got Gary McKnight. Was it 11, 39 league titles, national championship, and 11 California titles. And Dick Motta helmed Weber State to 3 Big Sky titles, Coach of the Year, but he was also in the NBA,
Yep.
coaching the Bullets to their championship in '78. Yeah, the Washington Bullets. I always forget that they won a title.
Yeah, Wes Unsold's team.
Mm-hmm. Coach of the Year in '71, and yeah, with Chicago, and he also coached Dallas, Sacramento, Denver. The person though who was really the biggest lock is Candace Parker, and I'm
Agreed.
bashing my head for not picking her when we did that. I don't know
Yeah.
what I was doing. Well,
Sorry, sorry. Just going back to that, I was just looking up quickly. I apologize. The 78 Bullets
mhm.
had both Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld on it, as well as pretty good players in Bob Dandridge. Mitch Kupchak was on that team. But yeah, that was a pretty good team. Sorry, I was just looking up who everybody was. They beat the Seattle Supersonics with Jack Sikma, Gus Williams, and Dennis Johnson, among others. So
Did Sonics win in '79 or '77? Okay.
79, yeah, 79,
All right.
the year after.
That's right, because it was Portland in '77.
Yeah, Portland 77, Bullets 78, Seattle 79.
Mhm. Well, Candace Parker. I could I could talk about her accolades for the next 20 minutes. Let's just say
Yeah.
one of the greatest female basketball players that ever existed on college,
Hmm.
pro, could play both sides of the ball. She's not only a lock to get in, she might headline the ceremony.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Yeah. 2-time WNBA MVP, 7-time All-Star, 3-time WNBA champion, Finals MVP, and All-Star Game MVP, 7-time first team, 3-time second team, 2-time All-Defensive second team, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, assist leader, 3-time rebounding leader, twice block leader. Numbers retired by both the Sparks and the Sky. Not only that, she's 5-time Russian National League champion as well. So, like, College Player of the Year, Naismith, yeah. So the Wooden Award, 2-time Wooden Award, Honda Sports Award, Hunter Broderick Cup. Like, it just goes on and on and on. Oh, plus 2 gold medals, and then under 18 championship.
But other than
But other
that,
than that, what did she do?
yeah. This one, okay, here's a fascinating one. When the NBA did I don't know if they did it the same year. I think they did the 75th anniversary team. I believe they did their 15 greatest coaches, and he was on it.
Yep.
But I've always said this about Doc Rivers. For the amount of talent he's had over his life, over his career that he's coached, he has one title. One.
Yeah, he should have had a second in 2010, but the Lakers got lucky in that last game on a couple of shots. But yeah, I mean, the man was born hoarse. Uh, it's not Blake's fault. It's not. So God's on me. It's not on the players. It's on me. Um, yeah, but
Simmons, then it is his fault.
yeah, I guess so.
Which true.
But yeah, I mean, coach of the Magic, won the championship with the Celtics, Clippers, 76ers, and Bucks. As a player, he was a one-time All-Star. Marquette retired his number. He was Mr. Basketball. Um, He's also, don't forget, he was the NBA Cup champion with those Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, well, I forgot. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that and that championship ring will get you that cup of coffee.
will get you a nomination to the Basketball Hall of Fame. They interviewed him live when it was announced. But I mean, Doc is what, fourth all time in wins?
He's up there. I mean, and also if they've already labeled him as the 15 greatest coaches of all time, it's kind of hard for them not to sort of put him in at some point, whether it's this year or another one. I don't know.
Hmm.
And I don't think his resume has improved over the last 2, 3 years,
No.
but
Yeah, he would have been better off sticking with the Ringer, I think.
well,
So
we'll see.
Rivers is actually coming into the season. He was, oh, I'm sorry, this number is from December 29th. He was six.
Okay.
So he needs like he as of the end of the year, he had 1,176 wins. Next up in fifth is Pat Riley with 1,210.
Hmm.
So he's, half a season away from passing Riley. And then Jerry Sloan is fourth with 1,221. So he can catch both of those if he coaches one more season. So he'd be top four.
Yeah, I can see him getting it this year, but I can see a lot of people getting angry about it on X.
Well, I mean,
Weird because
yeah,
people don't get angry on X about anything.
no, they do not.
Wow.
So the crazy thing is going from there, 1176, the most is 1390. So he's just about 200 or 205, 210 short of all time. Who's the all-time wins leader in NBA history?
Isn't that right?
It's Greg Popovich.
Popovich, that's right. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Kelvin Sampson, another coach. Montana Tech, 3 conference titles. Then Washington State, then Oklahoma. Took the
mhm,
Sooners to a Final Four, and he's still active with University of Houston. He's taken them
mhm,
to Final Fours, over 800 wins. No championships yet, but that has not stopped them from putting in very successful college coaches who've been to multiple Final Fours.
mhm. Yeah. He also had some NCAA violations back when those were a thing. Um,
Uh,
so having to do with Eric Gordon of all players. Speaking of Los Angeles Clippers under Doc Rivers. Um,
uh,
but yeah, he's not as strong a candidate to me as Few is.
no.
But he was one of the other ones I considered when I was looking at my list of possible people to pick. So I also, by the way, Doc Rivers was my second choice for coach after I picked Few.
Oh,
So I had him there. So I'd say I had, yeah, Rivers, Raleigh Massimino was there, Fratello. That was pretty much it for the coaches side. So and Sampson. So
Raleigh would have been a good one.
mhm.
Well, Amari Stoudemire, I mentioned earlier that there's somebody who gets virtually no love from the people who vote on the site, and man, you hate him. Knicks fans, by the way, sure, you go hard on him because he didn't bring you that title.
Mhm.
But he was really good. 15,994 points, 6,632 rebounds, 6 All-Stars, 5 All-NBA selections, one a first team, 4 a second team. Keep in mind, that was when they did it by position. I don't know
Yeah.
if you would redo that. You might still have those, but they might be third teams, possibly.
Yeah.
But Amari Walsh went on to again go to that Israeli team we were talking about, Maccabi Tel Aviv, where he's pretty much fallen in love with that culture. I think he's still there. I don't know if he's still there, but
Hmm. That I did not know.
yeah, that's why I said conspiracy theory. Uh, Stern, Silver,
Yeah,
Stern.
yeah, you got the right one that time.
Hmm?
All right.
I didn't practice the bit, Evan. I just sort of did this off the
I
cuff.
get it.
They're not all gems. Very few of them are.
Hmm.
Jerry Welsh, coach, head coach at Southern University of New York, Potsdam.
State University of New York, SUNY.
State University, SUNY.
Yeah. Yeah. State University of New York, SUNY.
Ah, okay. Record of 494 and 141, two national championships. Pretty good.
Pretty good. It's not, I mean, unless he's got a family member on the thing, I have a hard time seeing him get in.
Mhm. And finally, Buck Williams, another one. He's been here
He has.
before. 82 Rookie of the Year, three-time All-Star with the Nets, four-time All-Defensive selection, and 16,784 points, 13,017 rebounds.
Yeah, average a double-double for his career.
This is probably a good one for him and the two Johnsons because
Agreed.
there's not somebody that much bigger on the men's side. I mean, I think Griffin's going to get in. I thought Joe Johnson was going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's not, but we'll see what happens. We know Chris Paul will be on this ballot 3 years from now. Could be interesting. Maybe it could be him and his buddy LeBron.
Could be.
But it wouldn't surprise me. For official prediction: once LeBron retires, they're going to put him in right away because they're broke.
They are broke. That is true. But then LeBron would come back because he would definitely play as a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because how's this other kid doing?
Yeah, it's true. And somewhere Don Sutton would be very, or Phil Necro would be very. No, it's Don Sutton. Don Sutton will be very, very angry. Don Sutton's ghost will be very, very angry about it. So,
I don't get it.
oh, when there was a time when what's his name, the pitcher for the Orioles, Palmer, wanted to come back after being elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and Don Sutton threw a hissy fit about
Did
it.
he?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, he was so mad about it, about how it was disrespectful to the game to try and come back when he had no business being back. He was out of the game. It was unhinged. But
Yeah, so
Sutton's no longer with us, so I guess his ghost would have to do it.
I remember correctly because I remember the Palmer comeback, but it didn't go.
Mhm. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I think he got shelled in spring training.
Yeah, because he was 50 years old almost. So he wasn't quite that old, but
It was like I had to calm someone down. Look at the like Tebow getting all this privilege in Jacksonville when they signed him to try and be a tight end. So, buddy, he's just because he's getting a favor from Urban Meyer doesn't mean he's going to make the team. He won't make the team.
yeah,
Cost him nothing to put him on a roster to see what he can do,
yeah,
which was nothing.
yep.
But anyway,
So,
uh, so that is our finalists. We
I
will.
mean, looking at this, we think the best chances, we both think Parker and Delle are automatically in. I expect Griffin is and few will be in, and then we'll see from there. I wouldn't be shocked. Rivers is probably in too, but I wouldn't be shocked to see some combination of Buck Williams, Kevin Johnson, Marquez Johnson. I think Holtz Claw will be there probably, and then the people you don't know as well. It wouldn't shock me if Amari Stoudemire is the biggest name not in. If they almost save him for next year because they need somebody for next year.
Yeah, because again, we don't have a whole lot of names coming up soon either. So
Let me just double check who we got. I had that earlier, but I lost it.
I think I might have that too. Here, I got to put on my Charles Nelson Riley glasses.
Yeah, here we go.
Looking at that. Dun, 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 da, 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 da.
Until 2027. Um, Andre Iguodala and John Wall.
Mm, nope.
So,
No, that's the Hall of maybe.
yeah. So those appear to be the biggest names who retired in after 2024. Um, yeah.
Derrick Rose has got to be coming up.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Rose is going to be there
Oh, that's
shortly.
28. Yeah.
Hold on. So this would be anyone retired in 20 NBA retired 2024, right?
Right.
For 2027. So
Nobody. Yeah, because John Wall's already eligible.
yeah, John Wall's, yeah, the one I looked was before they changed the list.
Yeah. So
I went to one from 24.
got
So
something here, and I don't know how accurate a lot of it is, but Yeah, there's not a lot of big names. The only big name, and then I have Rose here, but I don't know. I didn't put a year behind it. I just have those who are retired. And there's
Yeah, I'm looking here. Honestly, the biggest name is Rose. After Rose, we have Isaiah Thomas,
Kemba Walker, I think.
Danilo Gallinari, Pat Beverly, Evan Fournier, Gordon Hayward, Danny Green,
Yeah.
Robin Lopez, JaVale McGee.
All right. So basically, it's going to be Amari next year. Then who do you?
I honestly think that list makes it less likely that Amari gets in because they need anybody for next year. It'll be Rose and Amari.
Wow.
So the Halls did this to themselves. I saw an article today on whether the baseball hall is putting too many people in.
Huh.
Um, and I was just like, the basketball hall, just nobody cares. So,
They do. You name it, they do it wrong. They're
mhm,
the only. I shouldn't say that. I've always given them praise on their timing, which they kind of botched at this point. I could
mhm.
have at least done it maybe closer to. They could have done it before, but what do they do on the Friday? It's just the celebrity game, right?
Yeah, I think they messed it this year because of Olympic coverage is the only thing I can think of.
Well, yeah, it is on the same network, I suppose, but
Yeah.
you're not even going up against it. It's not it's they people who are that much into basketball aren't going in. I really got to check out that two-man luge.
I mean, I will tell you, my wife is an expert on luge. She's not as good at skeleton, but the luge she's got and figured it out. So,
I don't know.
two-man luge is very, very strange.
I no, I don't. Well, look, I no, I'm not going to finish that thought because it's just going to come out bad.
I understand.
Uh,
What happens to the carabiner? That's the real question. Where does it go? So, but yeah,
you got to trust somebody real good for that.
yeah, but there's like a little, I don't know, plastic container, basically, a person can
No,
walk in.
you know what?
So,
We already went there, and I did again. I did this to myself. I did this to myself. I'll say this about the Olympics. All I care about is hockey. I thought I'd be watching a lot more of it, of the rest of the coverage. I'm not. Uh, Figure skating, I feel like I could just repeat. Why even have an ice dance competition? It feels like all my entire life there's been issues with judging in that. Nothing's
mhm.
they can't
Yeah,
figure. Get rid of it.
yeah, yeah, ice dancing, and I feels this year like they have speed skating has become the swimming of the Winter Olympics, in which there's just like 37 different versions of the same race. So someone's going to go win like 9 medals. There's actually a cross country skier from Norway who's won 3 gold medals already and can get 3 more uh, this round this week. So it's just interesting what's a competition and what isn't. So
It's like for me, it's just hockey. I'm not watching anything
I
else.
get it. Curling's very exciting though too. I'm a big fan of the curling because you can just sort of have it on the background while you're doing something else. So and look up every once in a while.
Yeah, and little thing on basketball, just a little quick vent. Look, figure out what you're gonna do with Ballmer. I get that he's the richest owner by far. He actually has
Hmm.
more wealth than the owners from 2 to 10 combined.
Hmm.
But this is embarrassing. Your league is embarrassing right now. You're having your all-star thing, and yes, at least the Pro Bowl, they just sort of like they turned it into some kind of goofy joke. Fine. I can handle that, but don't
Hmm.
don't put a shit on a platter and tell me it's lobster.
Hmm.
Players don't care. They don't want to play. They don't even want to do the dunk thing. This none of it's a glorified fashion show
Hmm.
and a way for IG models to try and get pregnant. That's all this is.
Yeah. But well, speaking of things they did wrong, we you mentioned very briefly, but Chris Paul also officially retired today.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah. Well,
First ballot Hall of Famer. Some they had a whole list I saw online of he's the greatest player never to win a championship, which is hilarious because they had a top 10 list and it did not include Karl Malone. Um,
who
uh,
top 10? Do you have that? I'd be curious to hear it.
I'll see if I can find it again. But yeah, it was on Twitter.
So
Um,
Barkley on that for sure.
yeah, and Stockton was on it, but there's no
Yeah.
Karl Malone. Um,
Maybe they thought that he won one with the Lakers when he was chasing it and they forgot.
Maybe. Um, let's see if I can find it.
Robertson, did he win one with the Hawks or just the one?
Oscar Robertson?
Yeah.
I don't think whoever made the list probably doesn't know who Oscar Robertson is.
Ah,
Um,
probably not. The other
maybe.
thing while you're doing that, just another quick vent, uh, that also makes basketball, I don't want to say unwatchable because that would be an exaggeration, but
Hmm.
8 teams actively tanking
Hmm.
points. I mean, it's a disservice to the fans. I don't know how you fix it because in basketball, that number one pick can change, or a lottery pick can change your sport more than any other sport by far. I don't know what you do with that, but what we were seeing, even that one trade that Utah sort of like where they fleeced, looked like they fleeced Memphis, but they're still trying to lose. You're sitting Jaren Jackson and Laurie Markkinen in the fourth quarter when you have a 17-point lead.
Hmm.
This is
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about right now because uh, the person I want to tell to shut the hell up this week is Sam Presti.
okay.
Because Sam Presti apparently is pushing the league to make sure that the Jazz don't tank when he did one of the biggest tank jobs in the history of the league through 2021, 2022. Like just if you look at the lineups that the Thunder put out there in an effort to try and get stuff, it is embarrassing. Like way worse than anything the Jazz are doing. But if the Jazz finish in the top seven, the Thunder don't get their pick. And so the Presti apparently has been trying to roll the red carpet up behind him when he took advantage of rules, but God forbid the Jazz try and take advantage of those stupid rules. Well, the rules, do they suck? Yes. Do they need to figure out a way to eliminate tanking? Absolutely. But guess what? Sam Presti, shut the hell up. The reason your team is where it is, other than the fact you made a whole bunch of great trades, so I'm not taking away from you, is the freaking tanking.
No, and that's a very good point. I mean, Sam Presti, I guess, is the Peter Dinklage of NBA GMs.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's the one who because of how he just when they were casting Snow White, he threw a hissy fit on the Mark Maron podcast about how little people are all dwarves. Have we not evolved? So then Disney cast 7 people, but they were all regular size except for one. People started to panic, and then the dwarf community were pissed off because you cost them essentially 7 jobs they could have got.
Mm, got
So
it.
ladder puller,
Got it. Yeah.
like
Sam Presti just needs to shut up. He has like it'd be like Belichick complaining about somebody taping.
yep. But
Like just don't talk about it. So
did you find that list?
yeah, so no, it was from a betting site and it has been
Oh,
deleted.
okay.
So enough people complained. So I saw Jim Malloch's list of the best players because he updated it.
Hmm.
Um, So his top 10 are he has Chris Paul number five of
Okay.
best players that win a championship. So counting down 10 George Gervin,
Okay.
9 Patrick Ewing, 8 Steve Nash, 7 James Harden, 6 Allen Iverson, 5 Chris Paul, 4 John Stockton, 3 Charles Barkley, 2 Karl Malone, and 1 with an asterisk is Elgin Baylor because Baylor technically does have a championship ring from the 72 Lakers, but he retired 9 games into that season. So he
Hmm.
was on the team, but not really part of the
Yep.
run. So he never actually won a ring, but he has a ring.
Got it. Okay.
Um, so the people just outside, by the way, are Reggie Miller, Dominique Wilkins, Russell Westbrook, Dame Lillard, and hilariously, Tracy McGrady, who never won a playoff series.
Yeah.
So I still remember Tracy McGrady when he was up 3-1 with Doc Rivers as his coach. That's one thing Rivers has always led the league in, which is most games to one series leads that he has lost. But saying it's great to advance to the second round, and then they lost the next 3 games. So
T Mac. I always wonder where the Raptors would have been if they would have kept him and because him and Vince Carter didn't get weren't getting along.
family feud.
It was. My friend Dave always called it. He said like they're gonna regret it. Well, I mean, who
They
knows?
won one eventually.
Well, yeah, I don't think T Mac was gonna stay in Toronto.
That's probably true.
No, probably not. I mean, regardless. Either way, Chris Paul, great career. Shitty way for it to end.
Absolutely.
The way he dropped off in the last year, considering I think he started well, he played in all 82 games the year before and was
Hmm.
productive, but he just wasn't fitting in to the way things were. Paul's notoriously can rub people the wrong way.
Hmm.
Saying that it's not like he was a locker room cancer or anything like that, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. His play gradually declined poorly, and I guess no one. I thought maybe the Lakers would try to pick him up, and then I was watching one video that pretty much outlined why they just couldn't in terms of
Hmm.
salary cap. I thought maybe they do LeBron a solid, but I hope he's at peace, and that's all I'm hoping for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Thanks,
um,
three.
yep, 41 years old. I mean, 21 years in the league is amazing. So easy first ballot Hall of Famer, regardless of whatever the rules are for basketball. But obviously, with the way basketball Hall of Fame is, there's not even going to be a question about it. So,
I wonder why he lost that State Farm gig to Patrick Mahomes.
uh, I was going to make a joke about the kid dub. They could dub Patrick Mahomes' voice with the guy who does Kermit, but save on the AV.
I always thought Andy Reid's voice would be good for a Muppet. I just don't know which one.
Mm,
But hey,
anyway.
since we've actually done two this week, we haven't lost that many people. So,
No, I have the shortest list ever. It's just six people. Even the BH Mistress hasn't had time to do anything.
oh, she didn't know we're
Um,
recording twice this week.
yeah. So let's start in the Thoroughbred Horse Racing Hall of Fame. So King T. Leatherbury, the racehorse trainer, fifth ranked in all time in wins and amongst U.S. trainers ever. Um, had career wins. His horses they won at least 6,464 races over time. He passed away at the age of 92. So never won one of the big ones, I mean, one of the Triple Crown, but still one of the big trainers in the history of horse racing. Member of the National Museum of Racing in Hall of Fame from 2015. So which is Saratoga Springs, New York, which is a very beautiful place. If you ever have a chance to go to Saratoga Springs, I highly recommend it. From football, we lost Tracy Scroggins at the age of 56. Played a decade for the Lions as a linebacker, defensive end. Second round pick in '92 out of Tulsa. He passed away at, as I said, only the age of 56. I don't see what he passed from. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE.
Oh,
So he said he struggled with CTE for years. So, but yeah, so passed at 56. Um, from hockey, we have a hockey Hall of Famer on the broadcasting side, Jim Robson, who was the voice of the Vancouver Canucks for nearly 30 years. Passed away at the age of 91. Member of the Canadian Broadcasting Hall of Fame, the British Columbia Sports Hall of Fame, and inducted in the Order of British Columbia
hmm.
in 2011. But it said he was 91 years old. Um, from baseball, Roy Face passed away at the age of 97. I wanted trying to figure out how many guys are left from that 1960 World Series Pirates team, because he was one of the few surviving members, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
great
but
reliever
yeah,
in his day. I mean, there weren't a lot of great relievers. I think there was a year he went like 18-1.
for hold on a second
Like,
for Roy Face.
yeah, yeah. Like he had like a crazy one-loss record,
Yeah, let's see.
like one season.
Um, yeah, 18-1 as a reliever. The highest league winning percentage for a minimum of 13 decisions, 1959. Yeah, 18-1. Had the NL record for career games pitched, 846 for nearly 2 decades. So,
One of those people where you can't sort of talk about the history of pitching, how pitching has changed, because he's part of that bridge, in terms of
Yeah.
for better or for worse, because Lord knows I've certainly been more than upset about starters lasting 4 2/3 inning and getting a standing O. But
Yeah.
that's neither
Well,
here.
when he retired, he was third in Major League history in pitching appearances. The only people ahead of him were Hoyt Wilhelm and some guy named Cy Young. I don't know if you heard of him.
I heard of him. Yeah, yeah. Similar name as Big Award. I don't
Yeah.
want guy.
Did they name the award after him or him after the award? I never remember. Um, well, let me just see how many Pittsburgh
Check it.
Pirates are left. Um, of course, Bill Mazeroski's still alive. So Mazeroski, Vern Law, and Bob Skinner are the three remaining
Okay.
people from the 1960 team now. How old's Mazeroski at this point? He's 89. So should have remembered, if there's anyone you should know from the 1960 Pirates, it's the guy who hit the home run in Game 7 to win the World Series.
Still never been duplicated.
Yep. From the world of music, we lost Andrew Rankin of the Pogues, drummer with them, joined the early 80s, and was on everything with them until 1996, then reunited with them in 2001 until they officially broke up back in 2014. But he passed away of COPD from smoking his entire life at the age of 72.
The only thing that would have been more likely is liver failure.
Yeah. So, and finally, one that's a little bit close to my heart, I guess, mainly because he's about my age. James Vanderbeek passed at the age of 48 of colorectal cancer. Of course, obviously became famous as Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek, but also as Varsity Blues,
Mhm.
Texas Rangers, a whole bunch of other stuff. 6 kids. Um, and our health system is so screwed up that he still needed to sell a whole bunch of stuff and ask for GoFundMe to pay for his medical bills.
Really?
So, mhm.
Well,
From what I could tell, there's no life insurance whatsoever,
yeah.
which is interesting, I think, because one of my friend's sisters married his cousin.
Huh?
And I was told that there's a member of the family who's a big shot financial advisor. I have no idea how true that is, and that everything was wrapped up for them. But if that's the case, that financial advisor did them a massive disservice. So,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, a lot of these shows, I think syndication rights, you're getting paid a lot more now. But I don't know Dawson's Creek. How long did that? Is that something that really could have?
it was on 98 through 2003.
Okay, so it would have made a syndication, but syndication also isn't what it used to be. And
Yeah.
some
He was
shows,
also on Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 for a couple of years, playing
yeah,
himself.
but that didn't really last. Yeah, like
No.
2 years. I don't think that was a hit. Uh, you mentioned though, Varsity Blues, one of my favorite football movies.
Yeah.
Is it an accurate one? No. Do I care?
No.
No.
Are any good sports movies accurate? No.
Major League. Major League's pretty well. They got to okay. Charlie Sheen could legit throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's pretty goddamn good. Whether he remembers doing it or not, I don't know.
Mm.
I'll go by what Trevor May said on his podcast, because he did a whole podcast about how realistic it is. And
Hmm.
he was laying out a lot of things that were pretty real. I'll take his word for it.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, yeah, I love, man, I don't know how many times I've watched that movies.
yeah. So Godspeed to James Vanderbeek, and yeah, 48 sucks.
Mhm.
Colorectal cancer gets screened, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sort of brings us to a close. And what's that? Okay. Yes. Winnie wants to remind everyone that you got to check out the United States Athletic Hall of Fame, because we're going to have big news on that pretty soon. Evan, we got
Yep.
2 more ballots today. I'll talk
Fantastic.
week, but more are coming in. There's a couple of people say I'm going to get it to you. So that's for the ballot to decide the replacement nominees. We should have that soon, and I've got to do a lot of work on Oh my God, all the journalists, because we're going to be doing a journalist section. You can vote on who is the most important American sports journalists ever. Commentators, that's going to be fun because a lot of these guys, you either love them or you hate them.
Yeah.
So, based on what I see on X every week, Joe Buck and Chris Collinsworth will not do well.
Oh, my wife hated Collinsworth. She doesn't really pay that much attention. She's watched more football this year than any other year because my son has gotten into it and it's become a family thing.
Yeah.
But God, did she hate Collinsworth? Like hate. She's like, why is this guy talking? So
Did you ever see the video where he's trying to pick up young girls when he was a player?
no,
All right. I'm going to send you some homework.
fine.
Yeah.
I will say I don't want to feel like I'm giving anything away to any future voters, but we do have one person who's been on every ballot so far, who's the first ballot person, and I fully expect will be going directly into our Hall of Fame. So.
I just checked to see if they were completed. I didn't actually see what they voted for, but
Yeah, all the ones because I have the spreadsheet, all the ones I've looked at so far, there's one unanimous person. We've never had anyone unanimous or close to unanimous before.
I think that's going to change.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's www.theusahhof.com if you want to see who's already in and who's already sort of like carried over from the previous ballot because they're going to be there. So we're really excited about all the work we're doing with that. Check out everything else that we're doing in Not in Hall of Fame. Lots of interviews, lots of other shows. Yes, it's me talking to my friends a lot, but
Yeah, and sometimes Billie Jean, sometimes Bonnie Blair. So
maybe she might be a future friend. I don't know.
no, I love her. Her energy was awesome. So
That was one of the most fun interviews I've ever done.
yeah, you legitimately you seem like you're having fun. Chris, who's usually pretty low key, seemed like he was having fun, and Bonnie was definitely having fun, which is great.
It is. It is. So that's going to be a big priority for us. And with that, wherever you are, wherever you may be, make today count because it never comes again. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.